Hello, and welcome to another of Mrs. Kiely's art tutorial videos. In this video, I'll be covering how to effectively use your sketchbook and how to set up at home one more time just as a review, but I will also be doing a life drawing of a metallic tool with moving parts. For this one, I have chosen to draw nail clippers because they're small. I'm going to have the challenge of enlarging them so that I effectively use the space of the page. So here we go. Got my sketchbook. Here's some old drawings that I just wanted to review and show you how I maximized the use of the page. And again, clear glass of water, another clear glass, my hand, and here's the fresh page that I'll be working on today. So like I said, rule number one with any life drawing, you have to draw from life. So no pictures, no photographs of real life things. That's not real life. And drawing from your imagination just won't cut it. So make sure you've got the real thing right there in front of you. Having a natural light source or a light source that you can control is very good for making sure that your shadows are dynamic and interesting. And here we go. Okay, so I feel like I've done a pretty good job with getting the basic geometric shapes of this subject matter down. I started off with like the square-like shape around here, the long rectangles, the ellipse over here that started to happen. I think I'm using my page effectively where there's a bit of negative space, just a little bit of emptiness around the outside edges of my subject matter, but it's not running off the page like it could have. And it's not so tiny that there's like a whole bunch of useless wasted paper. So I've got the general outline, the contour lines of my subject matter done. I'm going to tidy them up a bit more and then start in with the shading and details and the reflections that I'm seeing. When you're doing it, you got to be looking very closely at, like, I can see little reflections here of the I don't know, center bar that's holding it. The really dark value, the dark shadows underneath this part of the nail clipper inside here. What's going on with the values up here, these repeated lines. So I've been studying that stuff, keeping in mind of the shadow. So all these things I've been comparing and contrasting to themselves as I've been drawing it. So I was looking at like how this doesn't go out as far as this end here. So in my mind, I was having like these imaginary ruler lines and seeing and comparing how far out, how far out do things go in comparison to each other. And so this is actually shorter than that because it's up higher. It's looking at the negative space, this emptiness that's being created in here. Notice that there's a couple other spots of negative space in here. And then what's going on with the teeth, the overlapping of the clippers. And then just looking at the contour line, looking at the different edges, I noticed that the angle changes here and then starts to go up as it connects and meets this other part of the nail clipper. So when you're drawing something, you're really studying it in almost a scientific manner, comparing and contrasting one part to another. And you're going to do this every time you draw something. You need to look and see and have this like imaginary grid where you are comparing, like seeing how much does it go across here, how much space is here, how much space is it before it turns and becomes the blade, right? That surface there in comparison to that. How much space is there between this line and this line? So you're constantly comparing and contrasting as you draw.
Well, that just about wraps up this drawing. But what about the next one? What type of art tutorial video would you like to see me create next? Do you need extra help with drawing, painting, printmaking? Please leave your comments and suggestions in the box below, and I'll try to take them into consideration. And as always, my friends, thanks for watching.